Central TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love to keep
Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Central TV is here.
Okay. Good evening. Ah, that's our Liberian time, right? Good evening. And other parts of the world, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever you are watching us from. And this is Samtra TV. As usual, today is Wednesday, and it's time for information
We the best now in time, oh. Listen and be inspired. Turn up to Central TV. Turn up to Central TV. Veronica.
Yeah, so I was saying we are glad to be back. And you know it's Wednesday night and it's all yours right there on Samtra TV on Inside Liberia. Very informative discussion here tonight. We'll be expecting two guests. One is police spokesperson Sam Collins. He will be telling us details about the new regulation of the noise pollution in town, and that regulation is supposed to begin next week. So Sam Collins will be talking about how Environmental Protection Agency, that's the EPA, and the LMPB working together to make sure that they implement the laws or the new regulation of noise pollution. They know best what it is when they say noise pollution. But what I read from the police statement, one of the things they talk about is the loudspeakers outside entertainment centers in Liberia, where people will just put one or two speaker outside in a small bar, at a small bar, or at the front of a small bar, and play loud music, all in the name of entertainment or street music. People just put music in the middle of the road, and then they are there, say they're preaching. And so I don't know, but he's going to be able to give you the details. And another one I know about is they talk about is the churches, those churches that can put a speaker outside on the bush for the entire community to hear. I don't know how far, but he's going to be talking about it. Even the mosques where they have the amplifier outside of the mosque building, and usually that one starts at 5 a.m. But Sam will be here to talk about that. And then we will have Yasa. Yasa Wesley is an activist. She's a young woman, and she's one of the leaders of the Linsu, Liberia Student Union. So you know when Linsu people will get ready to speak, it can be easy. We'll be expecting the both of them shortly. Let's go to the line before Yasa in. Comes in. Let's see if we can bring in Sam Collins, the police spokesperson first, and then we can go back to take Yasa
All right.
on the
It's like
program
the kids.
tonight. Yeah. All right. So stay tuned right there. It's a Liberia, and I'm right there on your show. Vivian Cook is my name. We'll take a little bash of our team song, and then we'll be right back to begin. Thank you.
boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Central TV. We here to give you the best. Come and listen, enjoy the show. Come and listen to Central TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
Yes. All right. So thank you, Liam. Thank you for our team song. Thank you. Tonight we have here with us police spokesperson Sam Collins, 122, and Sam is going to be on a show via mobile phone, telling us about this new regulation that begins next week. Sam, you are welcome to Samtra TV. You are here live. We are in studio, but we have you on the line right here. You can go ahead. Let's hear from you. What's going on with this new regulations that we have been seeing? We've been amplifying it on our program here, and we want to give the viewers the opportunity to listen to you as you elaborate on it more. Let's hear from you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Vivian, and thank you to all of the panelists on the show. It's a pleasure to be on tonight, especially to speak to our diaspora audience and those even back home. And we have come out with a circulation, a publication, informing the people of Liberia that the issue of noise pollution has claimed the attention of the Liberia National Police and that of the Environmental Protection Agency. So both the EPA and the NFP have met, and they have had discussion, and they have come out with this solution in terms of calling on all those involved with noise pollution that the EPA and the Liberia National Police will definitely come after them. We are warning all churches or informing all churches and those with malls, entertainment centers, and what have you, that they have to tune down their various loudspeakers to make sure that others who are not part of those churches or malls or even part of the entertainment centers to have a period of rest. Because after a daily hustle, after being to work for a longer hour, these individuals must be given a chance to rest. Students must be protected as they go through their study hours. But we have observed over time that the entertainment centers around Monrovia and its environs and other parts of the country are now involved with blocking the roads, playing loud music in residential neighborhoods and even churches and mosques. So we have sent out a circular that we will be going after those entertainment centers, those malls, and churches that are involved with noise pollution. And so on Monday or latest Tuesday, the EPA and the Liberia National Police will convene a major press conference. And at that press conference, the date of execution of the new policy will be announced.
Okay, Sam, what was the main reason for the cause of this new regulation of this all this noise pollution? What really brought that to your attention? What brought it?
You know, and I know, and people have been complaining. There have been a lot of complaints on the social media. In fact, the social media has become a point where we monitor and we take the concern of people very seriously. And even beside the social media, people have been complaining, coming to the EPA, excuse me, and visiting the LNC. So the complaints are so much that we believe that we have the statutory responsibility to address all of these issues. And now we are moving in to address the issue that we are speaking of.
Have you been to the Liberal Council of Churches, the National Muslim Association, and that of entertainment, or those who have entertainment centers? Have you been able to reach out to those groups to see or to talk to them to reduce the music sounds, to instead of just implementing right away the message? Are you sure that the message has reached far enough for the implementation to take place?
Well, to speak on a medium like your medium and to do public service engagement through announcement and informing the public through direct media, I think we have done enough. And we don't have the chance to go to all of the churches or all of the malls or all of the entertainment centers. We have used all of the traditional media, the social media, and to engage the public. And I guess that they are aware.
Okay, but what would be some of the consequences if they refuse or they fail to obey the laws?
Well, if they refuse, we have to set the blame, and we're going to take away speakers. And because if our testers show that you are involved with noise pollution, and after our inspectors go around and the tester they are using show that you are playing above the maximum point, and after all of this public engagement that we are now involved with, definitely you're going to have yourself a blame because we're going to take away those speakers.
And I saw one announcement that says if they continue, they're going to be arrested. What's going to be the charge?
Well, the charges will be the law. What we are doing, we are enforcing the law. But if you read the Environmental Protection Agency law, it speaks of noise pollution. It is indeed an environmental issue. So since we are the enforcing arm of the country, we are going along with the EPA to make sure that we enforce the law. So it has to do with fire. It has to do with taking away of the instrument that is being used to pollute the neighborhood.
So, what are your words of encouragement to those involved? Because you know, in Liberia, especially Monrovia, I think, let me crack a joke. I think Barnes will be one of the areas that you will really see a lot of speakers from, because on
we
this
have,
side.
we have, we have imposed our public engagement, especially in the Barnes and the area, and we have speakers informing the public that we are going to take this action. And also we think that people are informed, and we encourage them to adhere to the instruction coming from the Liberia National Police and that of the Environmental Protection Agency. We do not have interest in taking away the speakers of people. What we have interest in is that people should be able to abide by the laws governing the country. But failure to do so, then we will have no other alternative but to do what is on the book. That is, give you a fine and take away your equipment and to do what necessary.
One more thing, Sam, that I want you to talk about. You know, in Liberia, everybody can say after 2-3 days or after 1 week, the police will get tired. After 3 months, they will get tired and they will let their people do their thing. How long do you think this regulation is going to last?
No entertainment center in Liberia right now, or no church or mosque is prepared to buy new speaker every week. I don't want to believe so. So instead of the NFP getting tired or the EPA getting tired, like I said, on the onset of this interview, they will have the set of blame.
Okay. Okay, that's the voice of the police spokesperson, Sam Collins, telling us more about the implementation of the regulations currently by the EPA and LNP. Sam, there may be some questions coming out for you. Please look forward if we call you right back to answer some questions. People who are following via social media like YouTube and Facebook may have some questions coming in for you. So if we call you right back, please pick up your phone so we can end this discussion together.
Thank you, Vivian, and let me also inform all of the panelists
Mm,
that the Liberia National Police wish to work with the network, and
okay.
I can give you uh, one day in a week, maybe on a Friday, to give you a roundup of police activities on your network that will help our diaspora audience and even people back home. And that we want to work with all of the media institutions because the new LNP
Mhm,
has nothing to hide. The new LNP is on transparency and accountability instead of the former serious about that. And there are people who believe that the police action, officers should not account for the action. For this new administration, I
mm,
want to have the public informed that officers are under obligation to act professionally. Anything short of that, they're going to bear the greater responsibility. How can we do that? If our people don't have the knowledge or if the people are not informed to complain a police officer, all they're going to do, like the Inspector General always says, they're going to tell people that I leave my own with God. We do not want anybody leaving their own with God. We want people to make use of the professional standard because we want to professionalize the Liberian National Police. There are a lot of things that people in the diaspora believe because they
mm.
are ready on the social media. Anybody get up on the social media and they post anything about the Liberia National Police. But if we are given this opportunity to share information with that network, that people in the diaspora will be informed, I think when so many things are happening, their panel is going to ask critical questions and they're going to have a second thought before they can make a decision, about some of the action that concern the function of the Liberia National Police. We have an Inspector General that is concerned about how the police behave. We have an Inspector General that is concerned about the professionalization of the police force. And we have an Inspector General that wants to transform the Liberia National Police. We want to take the police from its own state where any officer in the police just see that they are above the law. No.
Mhm,
Officers wear the badge, officers wear the flag, they are accountable to the people. Our own job is to provide protection for the people of Liberia. We are accountable to them. We cannot go out when they bring complaint to us, then we re-victimize them. Like the incident of case registration video. We have had complaints. A lot of people have complained that whenever they come to our zones and therefore they have been requested to register the case by the carriers. No victim should go to a police station to be re-victimized by the police. So we are put up a hand now. Like
okay.
anybody going to any of our depot or any of our zones to register, anybody asking for money, there's nothing to do. If a police officer asks for money to zones and depot, well, accept it like that and ask them for a receipt.
Okay.
Now, if the police officer refuses to give you a receipt, it means that you want to corrupt you. And if you want to corrupt you, then you will have to report to the Liberia National Police. You have to write the Inspector General of Police, or even walk to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, or all of our zones and depot and just ask for the professional standard officer. And they're going to log your complaint, and that officer will believe that he is a hero, going to be called by the CSD, that is Special Senate Department, for an investigation. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, all right. Thank you. We look forward to working together with the Liberian National Police. We'll reach out to your office. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Certainly, you have to come for all the sit and talk and have lunch and
Yeah.
discuss all of the points.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so you just listen to him. He's the police spokesperson, and he is Sam Collins, right there here on Inside Liberia tonight, providing highlight on the new regulation that is supposed to take place starting next week. And he was clear. He said it is into the environmental law, and that's something they just need to enforce. And if you don't take seriously this regulation, you will have yourself to blame. So that means all of the parts where they have placed into the law that it says for first first offense, they will seize the speaker or they will fine you. And don't be surprised when they shut down your church, mosque, or entertainment place or whatever you are running, what kind of business you are running. Once you are disturbing the environment with loud noise, we are going to take action against you. Another thing he emphasized is that the NMP is a serious working organizational institution in Liberia, and don't hesitate when you call on an officer to make a arrest for you and they charge you anything, go to the professional standard department. And so we are going to give them the opportunity as a team on Samdra TV, like you said, we will finalize that and we'll get back to you. However, if you have any question or comment for the police spokesperson, just go to our YouTube page or our Facebook page, wherever you watch it from, and drop in your comment. We're going to read it. And if there is a need, we'll bring him back to respond to some of these comments. So our guest for the second segment is already here seated. She's an activist, a student leader from Linsu, Yasa Veronica Wesley. Yasa, welcome. I wholeheartedly welcome you to Inside Liberia tonight on Samka TV. I'm glad you came.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Madam Cook.
Okay, yeah. So Yasa and I here we're gonna be talking about constant violence against women and girls. And our focus point is going to be on that of the incident which occurred late last week and at the red light involving a Liberian woman. Right there, she was harassed. According to the Liberia National Police, they have charged those who were involved, those they were able to capture or care, or those they were able to arrest. They have charged them with different kind, including assault and other things. But Yasa is here. She's going to talk about that more. We want to give Yasa the platform to do a formal introduction of herself. Then we can run into the topic. However, if you have a point, if you have a comment, if you have any reservation, come on our Facebook or our YouTube page, make your comment, and we will pick you up from right there. Thank you very much. Yasa, welcome.
Thank you very much. So to the introduction, like I said to you personally, I like to keep the introduction private. But thanks for everyone watching us tonight. It is nice being on this conversation. Thanks for the invite. I'm happy to be here to talk about some of the problems or most of the problems we face as young women in Liberia, especially when it comes to the issue of violence against women. We we experience this every day and in different ways. So quickly, again, the name is Yasa Veronica Wesley, a national students leader. I volunteer as the chief of staffs in the office of the president of the Liberia National Students Union. Also serving as project director of Shima's Liberia and several other civil society organizations. So activism has been our way of life, and most nights we sleep sad when we have to experience situations of such. But let me say thank you to the Liberia National Police for their involvement in this case and how well they are handling the situation. We want to say thank you, though we were not able to get everybody who were seen in the video, but at least that's a very good step, and this will serve as deterrent to the rest of the people who who feel entitled to opinion in people's personal life and what they do, what they wear. So thank you for having me here tonight, madam.
Thank you once more. You are very welcome. You people who are involved with young people and their activities, especially at Linsu and other NGOs. What do you make of the situation that occurred in the red light area last weekend?
Okay, so that situation was very, very bad, very damaging, and one that nobody should ever find a reason or justification for. That was very bad, and we strongly condemn it because there's no reason why we should be finding pros and cons to the situation. There's nothing good about it. And when I say pros and cons, I mean I heard a couple of podcasts. I heard a couple of persons live video, and I also read pieces of notes on the internet concerning the latest dress code, that it could be an underlying factor for which she had to experience what she experienced. And I strongly differ with anybody who feel like that, because the right that lady has to her own body. The determination of what she wears to go out is on her. That is simple. That is simply applying to what we normally say when we are having dialogue on rape and why we think people can rape people. And somebody will say the way that people can dress can be some of the reasons why they get attracted to these kind of situations. And that was just what I saw in the situation of people trying to justify she shouldn't have worn that in that particular area. And we say, hell no, because she wore what she was comfortable with. And like we normally tell rapists or society that there's
Mm-hmm.
no justification for humiliation, there's no justification for harassment, there's no justification for assault. The best you can do, the best embarrassment we would have at least accepted would have been just give her lapa or just see her walking and cover her up or something. Let her be embarrassed that you gave her lapa. If she feels offended with that, yes, then we can come back and say we are sorry, because that is also offensive. But I think it was for the good. But dragging someone, and I like the part that you're not going to show even the video on here. I could not even
Mm-hmm.
share to make import because that is very bad. And whatever she's going through right now, we are in prayer with her that she be able to overcome the situation. That's a very young woman trying to make life, going through her own taking things of life, and you just carry her back to zero. Put her to put her through trauma that she's not gonna heal from in the soonest possible time. Humiliate her to the worst that anybody should take. So that was very, very bad. And I really hope with the trust we have in the Liberia National Police that they will get to the bottom of this, and those who were involved will get served the right punishment.
And when these things happen in a situation like this, I was asking one uh, lady from a civil society organization, she should be coming here maybe next week. When these things happen, what do you people do as an activist? What do you people do? Because we from the journalistic side, we already been characterized in general, where some media persons will just grab the same video and start to share it and start sharing it, and they will be sharing the video and be pretending like they're helping, or they are talking about in good faith to represent the person. But remember, the more you share, the worse it becomes. If you follow
Yeah.
our page on our we condemn the act, but we didn't post any picture because we didn't want her to be more traumatized seeing her picture, just
Yeah.
circulating on the internet. She has a family named to protect public children, or we can say future children. So in terms of these kind of things, where people will be sharing and sharing, what do you people do as activists, or what do you have to say to people who just share, even though they pretend to be doing a good thing?
Okay, so the first line of support is we reach out to condemn the action and to ensure that the police or the government of Liberia through the Liberia National Police and be able to handle those who were involved and go through punishments so that it will not happen again. Then we reach out to the victim in such cases. We reach out to the victim to share words of encouragement, to tell you sorry for whatever situation you went through, and rebuild your courage that you still got life, you can still fix it, you can still face life, chase your dreams as every normal human being. What happened has happened, and it's very unfortunate that it had to happen. But you can still pick up the broken pieces, you can still change the narrative. And this is one thing I feel that other organizations who are involved with activism, government institutions responsible for trauma counseling, trauma healing, needs to do more about. Because in these cases, some people will think of even taking their lives because they feel that this the worst that could ever happen to them. And if everybody
Mm,
else has seen the nakedness, there's no need to live again. So besides calling on the police always, besides asking government to take siege of the matter and bring these perpetrators to book, we need to invest more in the counseling of the victims because this is where people tend to shift their entire dream.
mm,
Personally, I tried to reach out to this lady, but I think she took down her Facebook page because,
yes.
as you were saying, couple of persons who identified her first went to her page and started downloading her real image to post
Mm-hmm.
them. They did not just share this video. They went to her page, posted her real pictures of times that she has had in her life, and people looking at it will clearly be able to identify her, which was very diminishing, very, very much. So, to everybody listening, apparently you saw that as a means of getting a clear picture of who the police should help. But we are begging you next time, this is not the right way to approach the situation. If you want to
Fair.
help, you reach out to the police and help the situation from that end. But don't go about posting the image of the victim. You are doing more harm than good. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
because I tried reaching out myself. I was able to get in touch with the PCC officer who rescued her, and
okay.
one of her cousin. And he said that right now it's difficult for people to just talk to her or see her. Her phone is with the Liberia National Police. So if any women organization or any kind of rights group want to see her or hear from her, they have to go through the National Police at Central, and then before the student asks you know where you from, your ID, and all of that before allowing her, if she agrees, when they speak with her, before they allow her to talk to people. That is how much they are trying to keep her safe. So because
Yes,
I
we are
wanted to talk
talking.
to her to see, yeah, whether she could make it up. So that's what they told me. I think that one of the things I will, before we leave, I will call the police spokesperson again to ask him how far they go on now with the case. But those are some of the regulations that they are now putting on. Because so I think from your explanation about when it comes to her mental health or trauma, she's going through a lot. Because if she was just normal, or maybe someone who could just forget about such a thing, I'm not sure whether the police will put all these regulations down just to meet her. So I'm
Yeah.
sure she's going through a lot.
She's going through so
But
much. She's going through so much. So
but
they thought
this
of coming
kind of
outside again.
mhm,
They thought of coming outside again, going back to social media to
mhm,
reactivate an account. The day she posts something, someone is going to share it again too. Oh, thank God you are back. Thank you for healing from that situation. That is also going to be a reminder. So she's
mhm,
troubled now about how do I come back to society? Can I even go out in a market space, even if it is not red light? She's not going to be free to walk anywhere. She's not going to hang out with her regular people. She's not going to hang out with with people in her community because she's going to be stigmatized. Everybody who know her will be pointing finger around the place. So now it's about having a very a very long counseling section with her. It's about keeping her inside. So I appreciate that part that the police is trying very hard to confine her. Because trust me, if they give an inch of space, you're gonna have all of these reporters, these social media bloggers, influencers running to interview her. And someone will look at that girl and ask her, tell me how do you feel about the situation that occurred? Really? If this wasn't your case, how do you think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you are going to feel? So that is okay to confine her for now, but in that process, she should be going through the counseling, and I think the government has a section for that. But I will reach out. Thank you for the information. I'll reach out to the central, the police headquarters, to see what I can present identification and be able to work with them on that section of having her mental state back in order.
Yeah. So, one more thing, your institution, Linsu. This lady is a young person. I saw her face. She's a young person. Have you people come up with any statement regarding such incident?
Okay, officially not. We did talk about it. We did wrote uh warning people similarly, like I was saying, about sharing the videos. So because of that, we have not made an official post about it. Though Linsu is specifically with students and young people as well. We have not identified her. We don't know her position in the students community, whether she's still a student, she's not a student. But as a young person, we just share empathy, and we cannot post her picture or to say anything. We just talked about it and then I make an official release on it, especially with the fact that the
Okay.
situation was taken the situation was taken right-handed. The police acted very swiftly. So we just look forward to having
That was a
justice
plus. That
served
was
to
a
her.
plus, buddy. That was a plot. But how what do you make up the Liberian youth nowadays? What do you make up? Because I saw the faces of those guys who were arrested by the police, and I noticed that they're all very young people,
Yeah.
very young people. Imagine
So
young guys doing such a thing to a lady. So if it was nighttime in red light, they would have raped her or something. What
that's
do you make
exactly
of
what
the,
I told.
the situation of the young people nowadays? This is
So
scary.
this is very scary. And this is a society we have now. The illiteracy rate is very high. And it will interest you to know that even people who have been to the classroom before are still illiterate. Their minds are not molded. I don't normally consider this as immaturity, but I just think that this is another form of illiteracy because there's no level of intelligence more to talk about tolerance. So
Mhm.
people are not tolerant enough. People feel that they're every living human being that passed by them or people who they know, they have the right opinion to a person's life once they know you or once they see you. The fact that you share space with someone, they automatically feel that they got right to say anything about you or to do anything to warn you. So I think there's much more that needs to be done with civic education in Liberia.
Mm.
so that people can understand their rights and where it ends and where the next man's rights begin. Because to see people ignorantly jumping on a woman, even if it was a male, to jump on another person to demand how you want them to be dressed, that's insanity. It doesn't make it doesn't add up to the Liberia we want to have, honestly. So the clear issue that I see is a high level of illiteracy. And they all feel right even when the police officer was fighting them. They still feel right to undress her at all costs. And even some of us go through these things on a daily basis. People will see you in the street and want to tell you, oh, this is showing on you, or the other
Mm,
thing, this underwear is showing, and you got to do this. That's pure harassment. That's pure harassment. You will even notice that some people will see you and body shame you, or in the name of telling you you should go to a gym or you should drop weight or you need to do this. These are things that I think we civil society people need to talk about more. We need to have more awareness on some of these things so that these young people can know that some things that they talk in is none of their business. No way.
of course, of course.
So you got everybody right now has zero tolerance for how the next person feel. They just go by the action. And this is how they drag it to mob violence even. This is how they drag mob violence. And think that once you're in group, you can do anything and just walk away. You're setting a very bad precedent, and you feel you are setting the right precedent, thinking that you're going to scare somebody or you're going to make
Mm.
somebody to dress properly. Why do you even call proper dress code? So I just think we need to go back to the civic education so that people can know their rights and know more about what it should be like when you're interacting with your fellow human being on a daily basis.
Okay, okay. Just right here tonight we are on Insta Liberia on Samtra TV. Samtra TV is one of the fastest growing online TV on Facebook and YouTube. And if you are just joining us, our program is Insta Liberia. We're talking about issues confronting Liberia tonight. We are focused on the situation at red light, violence against women grows day by day in Liberia, and one of those situations just occurred last weekend. And tonight we have Veronica Wesley here. She's a student activist, and it is her concern also as a young woman, and she's here talking about what occurred with another young woman in the red light area. If you have a point to make, don't forget, just drop your comment on our Facebook under the show or YouTube under the show on Samtra TV. Our lines are not available tonight, but we can take your calls also to Facebook. So if you are interested in discussing with us, well, just follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget to continue watching Samtra TV. Inside Liberia is a wonderful platform. So tonight, yes, back to the discussion, yes, sir.
Okay.
Is there any counseling home in Liberia, like real counseling home in Liberia for victims?
Yes, yes, yes.
So where will you recommend if you have to recommend something to her on this show?
Okay. So they got the trauma healing council, and there's another very good space that is very secure, private, at the Hope for Women on the AP Talbot Road. Yeah,
Epitable.
that is what I can assure. Yes, the Hope for Women Hospital that they
Mm.
got counselors there in the carry on counseling section
Okay, so just in case the LMP maybe
yeah
done with their investigation,
for the
we too
investigation.
recommend, we too in the media, you in the civil society, we can all recommend that she goes to counseling, which will be very important help for her to recover.
Yeah, very very much, very very much, and that we have to be dealt with sufficiently so that she can heal. It's not going to be easier for her to heal, but with the right people around, and they're not going to mock her, remind her of the situation, and with the kind of counselors they have there, it's going to help her greatly.
But why is Liberians so ignorant? Actually, let me use the word. Why? Why
Too
people so
much.
loose in talking to people? People will just say any kind of word. We see
People will just say
these
anything. So
bullets
harassment
every day.
nowadays, yeah, harassment nowadays, uh,
And they just think it's
it's
free. They just
mostly
go
seen.
scot free with it.
It's mostly done through voice. People just harass you by voice, and if you even attempt to respond to them, then you make it worse. So somebody was asking about. I saw another video on Facebook, and somebody was trying to explain the exact story of what happened in real life. And let me tell you how it started. There is nothing about how it started. We should not even be looking at whether somebody spoke to this girl, or somebody talked to this girl, and she talked back. You get
Mm.
in a market space, you get on the street, to even get on tricycle or motorcycle, and you will see somebody just grab you by the hand because they want to carry you. Immediately you resist,
Yeah.
they start to insult you. We experience that on a daily basis. There's so much young women going through in this country. You get out there and somebody want to be squeezing you and telling you how you look. Somebody want to tell you how your mom born you well. Somebody want to tell you that you thick and all that. That's harassment.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine
That's
such?
harassment. And they don't even see problem with it because they don't know. High
Yeah,
level
I
of
think most of
ignorance.
them, like you said,
Most of
that's
them don't know.
that's the ignorant part about it. They just don't know, and they don't
They
care
just
to
don't know.
know whether
So
that's
this is why we
harassment
need
or
to
not.
do more. We need to do more of awareness on it. And this is where we still keep experiencing the high level of rape because they see somebody, maybe a girl child, dressed very nicely, and they feel that is enticing. So they're just gonna hold your
Mm.
hands and no other around to say, hey, stop that. And they're just gonna start mesmerizing these children and fooling them. Before you turn around, we gotta wake up one morning to another rape case. So the ignorant part of it is so huge. And dealing with somebody between the age 12 to 16,
Mm.
they don't
Mm.
know a lot. And when they hear these things from these boys, especially these motorcyclists, you get on the road to get on bike and they're all holding your hand, holding your waist to get on the bike with you. And these children get carried away by some of these actions
Mm.
and they have to fall prey to pressure. So this is very, very much serious. There's much more to be done as it relates to our security and well-being in this country. We are not at war. At least we are having the peck of rice at a price now that we're
Mm.
not complaining again as
I
always, that we
know.
always do. But what we really need right now is to preserve our dignity and to provide a safe space for every young person in this country. How do we go about with that? We need to have much more awareness. We need to move to the street. Some of these days, like the Day of the African Child that we normally celebrate, we should not
Yes.
be we should not be sitting in a beautiful air conditioned room to talk about it. No. We should get to the street and let these people know from these various Atai centers to intellectual centers to motorcyclist union where we know they park a lot, and we tell them International Women Day. We should be able to tell them that
Mhm.
these are some of the things you people are involved with and it's wrong. So if you keep doing it and somebody report you, you could go to jail for this. This could serve you good time of jail at South Beach. And I think if we do that, they will get to know. But in their minds, they are still feeling like this is an open society. And it should
That's what
not
they
be.
think.
If we say open society, our rights should be respected and we should be protected.
And so
Most
even the
women,
International Women's Day, there should be a time that we should take this International Women's Day from the ministerial complex or
yes,
the
from this
estate
beautiful horse,
and take,
let's
yeah, and
be
go
a
into the
time that we will
community
move to the street. We need to
where
talk to our people.
every ministry, the women will just dress and take a photo shoot and show off. We should
It's not
leave those things,
helping.
yeah,
All the
and
beautiful
go to
speeches
main
not
issue.
helping.
Go to the
We
main
should be able
communities, the
to say,
communities where we have victims,
yes,
where women are victimized. I think that's the
so
most important thing. Yeah,
yeah,
where
that's what
women,
we need to
where
do.
people count women as nothing, and we are sitting at the ministry discussing at the highest level and not coming to the community to understand what's happening there. It is not only
Sure.
general ministry responsibility, never
Yeah.
fly responsibility to do that. Now it's
Not no.
everyone's business.
It's
Violence
holistic.
against women, and what scenario is
Everyone.
when I see or when I read some of the women's statements saying she should know her place or she should know what clothes to carry to wear and what clothes to carry to club and what clothes to wear in the night, what clothes to wear in the day. Well, there are
It
other
doesn't make
nations
sense.
around where people wear their anything and they are cool.
Very
Why
much.
us? Why Liberia?
Yeah. This is how most women get harassed, get raped, and they don't even say. Because when you come up to say these things, the same people will come back at you. Your fellow women will come at you, but she's small child before she complaining somebody rape her. So people reach the point where they get even afraid to report some of these cases. If
Hmm.
you think the number, if you think the number of rape cases you are hearing from last year March to this year March is huge, think about having conversation in these communities. Some of us have had the time to work in various districts and various communities, having one-on-one conversation with people. You realize that there are much more victims that are not recorded because they are afraid to say. Some of whom,
Yeah,
as a result of it, have gotten children that they got to live with and take care of alone, single-handedly, because these are situations they're not even able to talk about. There's no safe space. If somebody can back what happened only because of what they get war, these are the same people that come out to say, but she know what happened before the man raped her. If she knows she wanted the man to rape her, why did she go out with him? If she
hmm,
knows she never wanted a man, why she even accepted the gift he gave her? These cheap justifications. And you get young women living with this kind of trauma. There's some of them have had children in it, some of them got single child in it, and as a result, their education has been stopped.
sure.
Some of them are out of school currently because they got pregnant out of abuse. And because society was judging, they are afraid of what people will say, they have to take care of the child alone. How
And
do
that's
we
the
intend
sad
to
part
build the
about it.
vibrant society we want? So we
That's
must
why
desist from this
that's
kind of
why when we say
petty justifications.
mm,
We must desist from
that's
this
why
kind
we
of
say
petty
we need to do a
justifications.
lot.
Yeah, we still need to do a lot. We need to provide safe space for people to be able to address these things, express them, and go and move on. But if you're not expressing it, it is in you. and you got to live for it for the rest of your life. When you see people who are your peers, you're afraid to come around. You're afraid to speak out in society because you're afraid of being judged. Even a baby will know what happened in real life was very terrible. But you have a grown up person who claim to have gone to school, can read and write, sit on the social media and tell you that's not a clothes for market, that's the clothes. When did we reach
Yeah,
this level
yeah,
of every listing
yeah.
I've
And
seen
another
for
one,
various entities and ministries in Liberia? I've not seen any listing that tell about what clothes to wear on every day and which clothes to carry to what place. So how did we reach the point where we'll be choosing what people are supposed to wear to go to which place? We must desist from this. We are harming ourselves. And because it is not at your doorstep yet, you think it's right. You don't joke with somebody's body.
no, and no woman should even encourage such an act. That
Not
is
at
so,
all.
so wrong. That is so wrong.
Nobody
No
should
woman
experience that
should
either.
ever encourage such an act to happen to another person because you don't know when you're going to be the victim.
You don't
That
know.
person was the victim now. You may be, if not you, somebody closer to you may be a victim one of these days, and maybe from
Yes.
another thing, because violence is an open game in Liberia. They can do anything to you to harm you,
Yes.
anything to get affected in any
Seriously.
way.
Imagine if that was done during a time of those darkness. If that was around 6, 7 p.m. Do you know what we're
Serving
going to be
around
talking
you,
about?
it would
Do
have
you
been
know what we're
worse.
going to be talking about?
And one of the things is, we just want to say thanks to the officer who was on the scene. I was able to speak with him, and
Okay.
he's been doing his best for us to try to meet with the LMP here to get in touch, because few international persons really would love to get in touch with her. So I'm going to make sure to reach our LMP office maybe on Friday to talk to them, see how those individuals who want to help. Probably some people want to help sponsor her healing process. Some
Yeah.
people will want to talk to her, yeah, talk to her, give their own uh, pieces of advice on what to do, So we know that we're not going to keep her close up forever. But while it is that, we respect the space that she's in right now, and we'll look forward to working with the NMP on that side. If someone wants to get in touch with her, because like three persons have reached out to me, and one of those women who would love to help is is an activist also, and she deals directly with women and children issue.
Okay.
So we will work together and see how best we can find ways to get in touch with her. Well, it's been nice having you on the program here tonight. Yes, sir.
Thank
And
you.
this is not your last time. It's your first, but not the last. We're going to call you regularly on a
Okay.
program on this platform. We Do you have any final statement for the people watching and listening to you?
Thank you very much once again. Thank you to the audience for sticking with us tonight. And I really wish we would have had a few questions from you or comments regarding this. So if you have been a victim of some of what we're talking about, or you live in a densely populated community and you experience some of these things, we are urging you to report it. It is wrong and you should not keep it, because the more you keep it, the more it happens. So thank you very much for sticking with us. It was nice being here. At more convenient time, we appear again to show insights on some of the happenings as it relates to harassment, the bullying. We did not get time to talk about it tonight. We have another time to talk about bullying and how it is affecting our society negatively every day, from the social media to in person. and how people tend to finger point you in a public space. We get to talk about it more and let you know your right and how to report these situations. Feel protected about it. Build your courage. Don't give up, young women. If Liberia should get better, it rests on the shoulder of all of us young people, because we hold a huge segment of the population of Liberia, and whatever we want for ourselves and our children will come from the decision we make. Let's protect each other. Guys, protect the ladies around you. Don't be a reason why a woman is brought to book negatively. And be a he for she, as we normally say. In the activism space, we say a he for she. So be a he for she. Look out for us always. We are vulnerable. You need to protect us. And thank you to the Liberia National Police. Thank you to the officer. I will keep the communication between Madam Coker, and we'll be able to reach out to our sister to bring her back to the space and have her once again open, knowing that what happened cannot change her life negatively, but she should build the courage and pursue a dream that will make her narrate it tomorrow like former President Salif, that society will be proud of her. So thank you to Inside Liberia for having me on here. It has been a nice time this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, of course, we are always going to call you. We have a lot of things to discuss. We will talk about a bully uh, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We will talk about that. You will come back for us to talk about that. Let's see how far the case will be gone by that time we get to that
Okay.
point, so we can come back to talk about it. But it was good having you here tonight, and I look forward to many other discussions from you. Like Lisa, you should have a space to discuss with your boss one of these days, so that we can invite you on our youth prime time show,
Okay.
and
That would
maybe
be
with some of
nice.
the
So my boss is currently out of country on National Students Function in China, and will be back after a couple of weeks. He will be open to have conversation of such,
yeah.
because
So
lately there has
some of
been.
these important things that you all are doing, wonderful things that the young people are doing in Liberia currently. Let the world know that we still have the strength of good
Yes.
young people that will take over the society tomorrow.
Okay. So we'll
Thank
do
you so
that.
very much.
I'll
So,
communicate it and we keep in touch.
okay. So, folks, we also want to thank our studio coordinator or manager, Leon to Asama, for being right there in studio with us. Thanks to police spokesperson Sam Collins, who made it clear or clarified the issue concerning the noise pollution. And our guest, yes, who ended our program tonight. My name is Vivian Cook. Watch out for tomorrow for our next program, the power of her, on Friday for youth point time, Saturday for leadership dialogue, and on Sunday our religious program, Samja TV, Samja Communications Network. My name is Vivian Cook, and have a very wonderful night. God bless you. Leah, you there? Okay.
Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Central TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh.